The 2023 Bluegrass Revival Historic Dupree School Bluegrass Festival. Saturday, March 25th from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Enjoy 9 hours of the South's finest bluegrass. Featuring the Bird Family, Benton Brothers and Company, Old Harmony, Dupree Reunion, and the Georgia Country Music Hall of Fame members Blue Holler. Be sure to visit the RBTZTV channel on YouTube to see interviews with all the bands. RBTZTV is brought to you by USA Heroes on the rBeatz.com radio and media streaming network.
I'm using my Bible for a man. Take the commandments and tell me what to do. That's why the disciples on my roadside, and Jesus will take us safely through. There will be no detours in heaven, no rough roads along the way. I'm using my Bible for a man. I'll stop this heaven some sweet day. I'm using my Bible for a man. The children of Israel use it too. They crossed the Red Sea of destruction, for God was there to see them through. There will be no detours in heaven, no rough roads along the way. I'm using my Bible for a man. Must stop this heaven some sweet day. Must stop this heaven some sweet day.
Fantastic, guys. All right, you've been listening to the Benton Brothers and Company. Welcome to the rBeatz Media and Streaming Studios. I'm Ben Mabry. I am joined by the Benton Brothers and Company. How are you guys doing this morning?
Doing pretty good. How about y'all?
Doing great. We got some coffee. We're doing really good.
I hear you. I'm fueled up on it myself. Had about 3 cups already. How's the weather? How's the weather in Alabama?
Well,
It's a little gloomy and cold.
Well, we had gloomy and cold all day yesterday, so we're doing all right here in Charlotte. So let's jump right in. Why bluegrass? Why? Why is that what you decided to do?
Go ahead.
well, that's kind of what some of our families growing up playing, and we just really enjoyed listening to it. Seemed like it was real fun to play by just watching the people play it.
It was fun watching a lot of these bands that we went around and watched. And at first, we started playing like just regular old, good old Baptist hymns. You know what I'm talking about? Old slow go. And but then we started listening to the faster music. Like, man, we really like that. So we're going to try getting some of our songs picked up a little bit. So
now it's more like a bluegrass gospel.
yeah, it's more like a bluegrass gospel now.
All right.
Yeah.
So when you talk about going to see the bands and you went to look at these folks, who are like your main influences? Who are the bands that you really like that you want to kind of like be like?
You got some? I know Daly and Vincent. We love Daly and Vincent. And
Yeah, a lot of the mainstream.
yeah.
Ron and Vincent, Daly and Vincent, Third Time Out.
Yeah. And some of the very first group that we went and seen was actually a group out of Florida. It was a group called the Rivertown Girls, and that kind of got us kicking. It was super nice to show us songs and stuff. So that was pretty good.
Very cool. I'm an old guy, as you can tell. I'm back in the Bluegrass Cardinals kind of way back then.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Doyle, Lawson, Quicksilver, those kind of guys.
Oh yes, sir.
Yeah, we like them too.
They're kind of in the same. They're in the same thing with Third Time Out. Russell Moore.
Well, that's where he got his start. Good old
That's
Doyle.
it.
He was good about getting a lot of bands their start just by giving them positions in his band.
Yeah. Hey, that's where Jamie Daly.
That's where he came from.
Yeah.
He was a tenor singer.
Tenor singer, yeah.
He sings way higher than tenor.
Yeah, right.
That boy can get up there.
Definitely.
Now, as far as musically, do you guys have original songs that you do?
We don't have any originals. We mainly just enjoy doing some of the older stuff.
Just covers.
I've tried to write some on, but they just don't ever seem to turn out like I want them to. So I just stick them in the back burner.
Well, don't put them on the back burner. You got to stay at it. There's got to be somebody.
That's true. That's true.
There's somebody out
That's
there.
true.
If you ask them, they'll give you a little pointer and they'll tell you how to pull them together. Get you
That's
some
right.
original
That's true.
stuff.
You got a point.
So you guys busy lately? I mean, you're going to be heading down to this, the Bluegrass Revival down at Dupree School with the other bands. You got anything else on tap where you're going to be going?
Yes, we got going. We have, we have this weekend. We played at a wedding last weekend, so that was interesting.
It was different from what we're used to.
At Seaside, Florida, so that was really cool.
I hear you.
There was something else coming up pretty soon. With a full-time job, sometimes it's a little hard to keep up with. We have to depend on our little calendar.
We're going to be jamming a lot at the Henderson Bluegrass Festival.
That's right. But there's a Bluegrass Festival coming up in April. It's on the third weekend at Henderson, Alabama. And we'll be playing there. And they have a lot of jamming going on and several groups coming up and play. So that'll be pretty fun.
All right. So who is the biggest name that you've played for, like you've opened for so far?
No, nobody really.
We're gonna fix that. I'm gonna get you somebody. We're gonna find you somebody big. I've got
to jam with what was it called? The Mountain Faith group. We got to meet them and jam with them at Bluegrass on the Plains when they used to do that in the Opelika, Auburn area. So that was about the coolest thing to the bigger groups.
All right. In the same vein of that question, if you could open for a big act, who would it be? Who's your dream act to open for?
Daly and Vincent.
Probably.
I would say Daly and Vincent.
Well, there's a small venue close to where I live that years ago, Third Time Out used to come to. And
oh, really?
You could cram probably 350 people in there, and people would stand on the sidewalk outside, and they would open the doors, and they would sell cheaper tickets so you could stand on the sidewalk and listen to them outside.
Wow.
I was just thinking, we did open up for one group, and it was a primitive quartet.
Yeah,
we did. We opened up for the primitive quartet over in Troy, Alabama. So that was probably one of the bigger groups we opened up for.
Yeah, all right. So I noticed you guys, I'm going to look over at you because they got you on the side here. So I deer hunt. You guys hunt?
Yes, sir. I got 3 of them in the freezer right now.
I hear you. I'm halfway through eating the one I got this year. So in that vein, do you find, I know for myself that getting out and just sitting a lot of folks don't understand that hanging in a tree is inspirational. Would you say that? Do you get do you have ideas about what you want to do while you're waiting for Bambi to walk by or,
Oh yeah. I'm one of them, I'm constantly making stuff, so I'm constantly thinking about something.
Now, you said you have full-time jobs. What do you guys do? What do you do when you're not picking?
You can talk about yours.
I work out at Fort Rooker. I work on helicopters.
Well, that's very cool. Well, you suddenly became the smartest guy in the room.
I'm a DOT shipper for some of the government contractors.
I hear you.
So we stay pretty busy, especially with a 1.5-year-old running around.
Gracious. I can imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Well, have you guys got something else in your back pocket you'd like to play for us?
Just nobody?
Yeah, already made.
Yeah, that's it. We're going to do one called It's Just an Old Body.
All right.
Get a little bit of that lonesome sound going.
I swear this thing right here's got too many strings on it though. That's the only problem. It don't like cold weather. Alright. Situated. It's just an old body. No mother's not dead. Her soul's gone to heaven to rest up there. No pain and no sorrow on heaven's bright shore. The old man looked over to that little boy. His hands was trembling with a shake in his voice. He said, son, don't you realize your mother is dead? It's just an old body. No mother's not dead. Her soul's gone to heaven to rest up there. No pain and no sorrow on heaven's bright shore. As he stood in the graveyard in silence that day, and mourned for our loved ones that God called away, that minister said, with comfort he gave, just an old body that sleeps in that grave. It's just an old body. No mother's not dead. Her soul's gone to heaven to rest up there. No pain and no sorrow on heaven's bright shore. She'll have a new body. She'll suffer no more. She'll have a new body. She'll suffer no
I
tell you what, for two voices, you got the harmony you need, boys. You're sounding good.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
You
Got that morning crunch going on.
the morning crunch. I like that. So you guys going to be heading down to Dupree to this school down there. Do you guys know much about the history of that place?
We do not. This is actually our first time in that area. So it'd be interesting to learn all of it and see it.
Their intentions one day are maybe to turn it into a venue. It may be the kind of place that you guys go in the future. You can headline there. But I think it's going to be the start of a lot of good things down there. They've got some great ideas going. It's going to be a good thing. This weekend that you're going to be down there, you guys are going to be surrounded by some pretty good bands too. Have you played with any of the bands that are going to be there before?
We've played with the Bird family, and I think Blue Holler was at Landmark Park that time.
Was it?
I think so.
Okay, so we got to play with them at Landmark Park when they did a thing, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we talked to the lady. We talked to the Bird family the other day, and they super great, nice little family to talk to.
They're awesome. They're good friends of ours. We usually see them at a lot of events.
Now, how many people do you have in your band? It's more than just you two guys, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
We have one other guy. He's a good friend of ours. His name's Tim Ellis. He plays bass with us. And then every so often we reach out to friends to get them to play like an extra instrument with us, banjo or something like that.
Yeah. There's always just the original three amigos. That's it. We usually get some people coming. We're gonna have a banjo player coming with us though this weekend. So he does a really wonderful job banjo playing. His name's Zach Holt. He's out of Andalusia, Alabama. We're looking forward to him being with us. That'd be a lot of fun. Different sound. I like when the banjo's there.
Yeah, and you guys are in what part of Alabama are you guys from?
We're right across the line from each other, really. I'm in Pike County, and he's right across the line in Barber County.
Yeah. He lives in a small place called Josie, and I live in Louisville.
Are any of those towns big enough to be more than a dot on a map?
That's pretty much a dot.
Because I know we talked.
We have one caution line.
You do? Yeah. Well, the Birds now they're in Newville, and
yes.
I kind of looked up Newville, and I don't know how big the town. Theirs is 4 square miles. The whole town.
Closest neighbor to Squirrel.
I hear you. Sounds like you guys live where I live. You ever want to come deer hunting? No, you let me know. We'll work it out.
That sounds good.
So, future plans. What are you guys looking to do? Where do you want to see Benton Brothers in the next 3 to 4 years?
Well, to be honest with you, we really didn't start out to be professional. So.
And we're not now.
We're not even close to professional. But
no, you're professional.
We first started out playing was for our grandmother, and she was diagnosed with liver cancer. And when we used to go down and play for her when she was going through her chemo treatment, and she was it's just that memory that gets stuck in your head. But we used to play for her, and usually it uplifted her. It made us feel great, and it seemed to make her actually have some emotion. But after she passed away, we kept just going with it, and churches started calling us, and we just kept going. And we try to balance it out, and we mainly just do it for the blessing of it. Yeah, that's what we do it for.
I hear you. Well, you're doing good things, and you're making great music, and don't stop, because you're really doing good things.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Appreciate it.
Now, I got one more question here. It's always my favorite question to ask different groups. Now, you're bluegrass based, but folks that like you, what would they be surprised to know that you listen to? What's your guilty pleasure of listening? If you have to listen to Spotify or whoever, if you have to listen to somebody, what's your guilty pleasure on your playlist that people would be surprised you listen to?
We usually don't. About the furthest we travel is probably country music, the old country.
So no Missy Elliott on your playlist?
No, sir.
We hadn't ventured that far out.
I hear you. All right, guys. Appreciate you being with us. Appreciate you taking your time. I know it's a lovely Saturday morning in Alabama, evidently, and we're glad you took a little bit of your day out to spend it with us. These guys are going to be down at Dupree School at the Bluegrass Revival down there. It's coming up March 25th. Going to be joining a lot of talented groups down there, and these guys are right up there with the top of them. So, guys, thanks for being with us. We appreciate you, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for having us.
Sounds good.
We're looking forward to it.
Appreciate y'all having us on here.